All right. Well, hello, everyone. Thank you for being here and thank you for being you. We are here today learning about this new technology. I mean, somewhat new, new for people who just learned about it. Um, it's called Lifewave, and it's ultimately a technology that uses patches that reflect our own body's emission of light back into us to have a certain effect. And these effects can range from a whole lot of things, reducing inflammation, increasing glutathione level, which is what we'll be talking about in this meeting today, and also increasing our body's production of stem cells, which I mean is absolutely amazing. And this is really, in my opinion, the future of medicine because it's actually energy medicine. So in a way, we could see the LifeWave technology as a mix between acupuncture, acupressure, and healing with light, healing with energy. So it's a combination of pretty much everything we're starting to understand about the human body, about how we're way more than just a physical being. We're also an electric being and an energy being. Okay. And knowing that, well, this technology allows us to actually reduce the negative effects of blockages in these electric and energetic pathways that we have in our body, also called the meridians. Also, so these meridians, it's like a flow of energy that we have inside of us that just goes throughout the body and enables us to function, enables us to have the current human experience that we have in the most in the best, in the optimal way, we could say, when the energy is able to flow freely. So all of the functions of our body, like breathing, our heart beating, the functions of our organs, cell regeneration, all of these things, this energy that flows through the meridians goes throughout the body and allows us to implement these things and to really do what we're meant to do, right? All the functions. I mean, we're supposed to have them running perfectly fine. And what happens is with the current lifestyle and the toxins and all the chemicals that are in the food and the water and the air, the 5G, the radiation, all of that stuff, it creates tiny little blockages that sometimes can grow into bigger blockages if nothing is done to deal with it. And this technology, the life wave, allows us to really go into these pathways, into these meridians, and clear out the blockages so that we can function to the optimal state that we can be. And so it does this through many different ways. And because there are many patches that kind of pinpoint different things. And today we'll be going more in depth about the glutathione patch, which allows us to raise our body's production of glutathione and elevates the levels of glutathione by up to 300% on a 24-hour time frame. So this is really huge because glutathione is our body's main detoxifying agent. So when I told about toxins earlier, well, our body is naturally equipped to deal with these toxins, to really remove all the stuff, all the garbage that we've accumulated, that our body, with the innate intelligence that it has, it knows that it causes us damage. So it kind of compartmentalizes all the different toxins into different places of our body that are the least immediately detrimental to our health and to our vitality. But as more and more it gets added without like dealing with it, then that's how like chronic disease and stuff starts to appear in our life. It's toxicity that's been accumulated without being dealt with through the natural evacuation pathways because of blockages, as I mentioned earlier. Now, glutathione is the thing that our body uses to deal with this toxicity, so that instead of compartmentalizing it because there's too much, we actually remove it, right? We deal with it, we transmute it into something that's good for us and evacuate the thing that's not good for us. Now, in doing so, a lot of people nowadays, because of the toxicity issue, the things that produce the glutathione inside of our body is damaged also. And so our production is not as good as it could be, and our levels of glutathione is not as optimal as it could be. And the toxic overload versus the glutathione level, there's discrepancy between the two. And because of that, we can't deal with all the toxicity that's there. And it comes along the LifeWave patches, as you can see here, which can increase the levels of glutathione back to that optimal state and back to that state that we actually need in order to deal with this toxicity. So this is an absolute game changer. Like I don't know if you can perceive my excitement about this, but this is a total game changer because instead of taking something that hopefully will do something for us, we're actually telling the body, oh, by the way, it's okay right now. You have all the necessary energy to do what you need to do, and you have the ability to create that glutathione that we need to deal with the stuff that we've accumulated. So I'm really excited about this. I'm gonna leave the voice to Carrie to continue on where I left. You can go ahead. Oh, it's still muted.
Okay. I had to unmute. Okay, so we're just going to go around real quick and introduce ourselves so you know who we are. I'm Carrie Ann. I am a holistic health, integrative medicine health coach, and I help people get their health back. And we're all here in an attempt to try and give people back the power and so that they can help themselves. So, Harry, introduce yourself.
Hi guys, thanks Alec and Carrie. I'm Harry, let's go for Harry, and I signed up under Carrie. She's been telling me for ages, and I'm so glad that 6 weeks ago now, I got on board with the patches finally. Phototherapy, light therapy is transformational. I'm on day 9. I put some on now with 12-hour breaks in between. They're just phenomenal. They give me huge shifts. I lose my breath, I lose track. I'm already a healthy person, so I'm a little bit different angle, although the people I want to help, definitely a lot of them are sick, seriously. So I work with people where they're at, but I'm blessed to be on them. I'm blessed to be open-minded. I'm blessed to have made a transition from obsessing over free shit to actually paying money for some stuff, which is really powerful. So thank you, Carrie. Thank you, everyone, for being open-minded, and let us grow and use this technology. So, yeah.
Carson?
Yeah, hi, I'm Carson. I've been learning and practicing holistic health on myself for the last 12 years. I always wanted to go into medicine, and I just hated how corrupt the medical system is, and found plants and all the holistic health stuff, and I just fell in love. So, yeah, I mean, now I've been helping people heal over the last probably 6 years, mostly just like giving people ideas, planting seeds, and now I'm just blooming, just blooming in my purpose.
Thank you. Tammy?
I'm Tammy, and I am the iridologist. I've been doing iridology now for 30 years, been heavily practicing for the last 5 years, but I joined underneath Carrie because I was having some chronic pain issues and could not get the pain to go away. So I was desperate and tried the X39. And then a week later, I got all the patches and did the 5-element detox, and I've not turned back. I mean, this stuff is amazing, and I'm trying to incorporate that in my iridology as well and help other people.
Awesome. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Christina?
Hi, everyone. It's actually about to patch my 7-year-old. I'm Christina, and I've been using Lifewave just for a couple months. A little bit of my background is I'm a moldy, and all that means is that my family and I got really sick from toxic mold. We've seen a lot of benefits just in the 2 months that we've been using them. I know Carrie Ann's been really guiding me in that. For myself, I'm an onion, and I'm just peeling all these layers. So I just know that it's going to be a process for me. I'm actually starting my 7-year-old on the 5-element. He started yesterday on day 1, so I'm excited for him. He's a drug-exposed baby. He's my adopted son, and he's had vaccines and mold toxicity. So hoping to get his little body back to health. And I plan on doing that through patches, kind of like Alec was saying earlier, just to kind of unblock all those blocked passages that he has. So we're excited.
Awesome. Thank you. Nicole, did you want to introduce yourself?
not know how to unmute.
Okay. You want to unmute her?
She's camera shy.
Okay,
Camera
that's
shy,
okay.
Yeah.
You don't have to. All right. So we're going to get into talking about glutathione. If you're familiar with glutathione at all, it is the body's master antioxidant. And if you're under any kind of stress, it depletes the glutathione stores in the body. Now, antioxidants are extremely important in keeping you healthy and overall feeling your best.
Carrie, 1 second. You didn't introduce David, did you? You didn't ask. David's here. David's right.
You can go ahead.
For everyone. Yeah.
Hey everybody, I'm David. I'm 19 years old and I'm from Philadelphia, but currently living in Ecuador right now. What really got me interested in holistic health was around the age of 14. I went through a depression and turned to alcohol for like a brief period of a couple of weeks and just realized that wasn't going to solve any problems. And I just looked online, how could I heal depression naturally? And I found meditation and just different ways of seeing the world and reprogram my subconscious mind. And so for the past 5 years, I've been slowly but gradually learning how to heal myself in the most natural ways. And some of my favorite ways that I've been doing is a lot of fasting and breath work and eating like a mostly raw, vegan, whole food, plant-based diet. And sun gazing as I'm doing now, earthing and all the different ways. And my favorite currently is actually urine therapy that Harry actually introduced me to, and eternally grateful for that practice. But I'm here today because I have been looking into the Lifewave patches, and I've actually watched the previous meetings here, and I currently can't get them shipped where I'm at, but I'm going to be returning to the States in a month, and I'm just here to learn more so I can be as informed as possible when I get started with them in August.
Thank you. Monica, did you want to introduce yourself?
I'm just going to say hi.
Hi. Anyone else we missed?
Glutathione, Carrie.
Okay.
iPhone Linda, who's iPhone Linda? She wants to quickly or not? Then we can see one person.
There's also an unknown user. If you wanted to introduce yourself in the chat, let us know, and you can interrupt me. But so basically, my story is I discovered these patches in September last year. I was in a horrible condition, and I had all sorts of autoimmune, neurological. I was exposed to mold as well. I had everything in the kitchen sink, a list so long of symptoms that I was suffering from. Doctors couldn't figure out what was wrong with me. So first and foremost, we have to say that this is not a cure. This is not intended to diagnose anything, but it does help with symptoms. So the glutathione now, it supports immune function, and it is one of the most potent antivirals known. So it allows your body to fight off invaders, and it lowers oxidative stress levels, and it can reduce pain and inflammation also in the body. It reduces susceptibility to oxidative chemicals, which lead to aging. And they've actually found that the people who are who live the longest, like people in their hundreds that are still healthy, have very high glutathione levels. So this is a potent anti-aging antioxidant and is very important for the body. Now, there's a lot of people who have like rare blood disorders and things, and they try to take pills or the IV or the different forms of glutathione, and they actually can be damaging because their body can't process it properly. So the difference between the patch is that nothing actually enters your bloodstream. So it is safe to use for those kind of people. who have issues with breaking down the glutathione in its different forms and they can't take it. So this just elevates it naturally in your body and modulates what's already there and helps to elevate it. So in studies that they've done, it actually has raised levels up to 500%, but on average, it raises it 300% above what normal levels are in the body, which is really, really significant. Because if you take a pill, a glutathione pill, it increases your levels on average 14%, but it takes 30 days to 90 days. So that is really, really significant. And that, I mean, after 30 days to raise a level 14% as opposed to almost instantly, and it remains after 24 hours, it is still at 300%, the levels tested. So this is a game changer in keeping you healthy. And ever since September, I've been around a lot of sick people, and I've had like the occasional, tickling in my throat, and I'll put a glutathione patch right on my throat indent, and it just drains whatever's there. It just takes it right away, which to me is always amazing, because to be able to do that to your own body, to just say, and let me put on a patch, my throat's a little scratchy or I'm getting a little mucusy. It's amazing to just be able to put a patch on and just immediately feel the difference in your body. And if you do end up like coming down with something because of a stressful situation or, for whatever reason, you can use 2 glutathione patches and boost it even further. But it is definitely a key to wellness for me. Key to keeping myself healthy and feeling my best is keeping my glutathione levels elevated.
Wow. I just want to say, I actually didn't know the thing about the pills that was 14%. My mind is honestly quite blown with that. This is freaking amazing. Like, like think about this, people. Like, if you take a pill for glutathione, after 30 days, your levels are going to be higher by about 14%. With the glutathione patches, within 24 hours, the levels are raised by, on average, 300%. This is crazy, and you don't have to take a pill. That a lot of people just don't appreciate. I mean, I don't know about you, but taking pills, not my cup of tea. So this is really, really neat. And then I would have a question, Carrie. Do you know like what happens if you don't take the glutathione? Like, does it raise the levels and then it goes back to normal right away, or is there like a continuous raise of the glutathione levels by the patches?
Well, they did studies, and on average, it stayed elevated up to that 300% for over 24 hours. It was still elevated because they took the test after 24 hours of patching. So for people with chronic issues to feel better, if you want to like improve symptoms, you can wear a glutathione patch every day. Take it off at night. But for people who are just on maintenance, you can get away with using just 2 to 3 patches every week, and you'll be just fine. And your levels will stay elevated up there. And there is no half-life, whereas like, if you take a capsule or an IV, it elevates it and has a 10-minute half-life. That means it's a spike, and you're getting a benefit from that spike, but then it goes way back down again. And depending on your stress levels, it's very important to keep your antioxidant levels elevated in order to feel well and to stay well.
Okay.
And also, doctors, when they give you IV glutathione, they can cost, anywhere between $150 to $400 an infusion. And for it to not last very long and just have a spike is, that's obviously not the best way to elevate your levels and to keep them better.
Wow, that's amazing. Thank you. And to continue on, because like we mentioned that word, right? Antioxidant. Now, a lot of people, they hear that word all the time, don't really know what it means. So I want to give a bit of an explanation as to what exactly is an antioxidant. So when our body goes through stress, be it chemical stress or like, so when our body goes through this form of stress, so let's say there's a toxin that we have and it causes stress to the cell. Well, this stress is accompanied with something called free radicals. Free radicals are the byproduct of our cells' functions also. But when we have some stress, then it increases by a very large margin the amount of free radicals that we take. And these free radicals, that's what we call oxidation. And oxidation, if you don't know what that is, it's basically rust. Okay, it's like we could compare it to that. If when an apple stays on a counter that is cut and it goes like brown and then it basically dies, that's oxidation who creates that dying aspect. So if we have oxidation inside of our cells, well, imagine our cells doing what the apple is doing when we leave it on the counter. Okay, that's ultimately what oxidation is. Now, an antioxidant prevents that from happening. So it's like that ultimately we want that. We definitely want the antioxidants in our life, in our body, in our system. And the glutathione, as Carrie mentioned, is the thing, is like the main antioxidant. So having more of that just means there's less oxidation or less death happening inside of our body, inside of our cells. So is this something that people can benefit from? Not like having our cells rust? Definitely. Like this is really, and I mean, so many things causes oxidation in the body. So many things causes free radicals, be it stress from everyday living, the 9-to-5 jobs, the traffic jam in the morning, the news, like all the things. We're bombarded with stressful circumstances in our life, especially right now that like time is increasing, and there's so many like different ways that people get stressed now. So definitely antioxidant reduces the negative impact that stress has on our lives. But also all the toxins, the heavy metals, also mercury, arsenic, aluminum, all these things, that's been shown like with very university level science papers that heavy metals literally cause free radicals to be created and create oxidative stress inside of our body. So by upping our levels of antioxidants, we're also upping our ability to deal with the damage that heavy metals and other toxins create inside. So, and that's what creates the ability for the body to really evacuate the stuff, because now it's not causing as much damage, so it's way easier to deal with it. So that's the little bit I wanted to say about what exactly is an antioxidant, and glutathione being the main one that our body produces. Like putting 2 and 2 together, you can see that upping the glutathione levels inside is just good for us. It's literally like one of the best things someone can do for their health. So
I just want to add quickly, that's exactly why when we put the patches on, whichever patch it is, although we're talking about glutathione here, you put a glutathione patch on, it transforms your health and you feel amazing. By the way, can you hear me, everybody? Am I muted or not?
Yeah.
Can you hear me? Okay,
Yeah.
so yeah, as soon as you put it on, you feel a massive shift in consciousness. It's absolutely crazy. It's kind of a mind fuck if you don't understand this technology. And I've been thinking about this a bit this week, like what the founder has actually done. So the guy's a genius. Like what we're doing here with the patches is it's light therapy. It's using your own body's infrared light. We know that sunlight on our skin, like for example, makes vitamin D, but it does a lot more. Sunlight on our skin makes all kinds of hormones. And guess what? Glutathione is made inside the body by your liver anyway. And as Alec and Carrie said, we have low glutathione levels. So when we're out in the sunlight with nature, we will naturally raise our glutathione levels somewhat. Therefore, people get healthy. Now, the problem is most people in society, especially people in the groups, and people that are going to be buying from you guys, your friends and family that aren't particularly into health, they're low in glutathione, they're not getting enough sunlight, but this patch doesn't raise it a little bit from being out in the sun 24/7. This patch raises it a lot. And it doesn't, like Ava said, doesn't put medicine into the bloodstream, it creates your own. What the founder's done is he's found the frequency of light redirected from your own infrared light into the patch. He's found he puts a certain frequency of light, whether it be infrared or a color frequency. He has seemed to have figured out the exact mechanism of frequency of light that the sunlight boost glutathione, which he's keeping secret, obviously, because I'm not seeing on Google what a frequency actually is, which color it is, or whatever. But anyway, he's found the exact frequency that we produce anyway from sunlight gives us. He's redirecting it from the patch back into the body. Therefore, it's like, look at it like this. The glutathione patch is like sunlight times 20. It's like being out in sunlight times like all day long, naked. That would raise your glutathione a little bit, I think, way more than average, but I don't think at 300% for 24 hours. And that's why it was designed, by the way, guys. It was designed for the Navy SEALs that were on submarines that are away from sunlight, because the sunlight provides the medicine and normal glutathione levels. And now he's like, okay, so they're away from sunlight, they need glutathione, so let's give a patch. It doesn't just give them a bit of sunlight because they're away from sunlight, it magnifies it a lot. They don't even need any sunlight and they can get the health. So yeah, in short, each patch, or we're talking about glutathione here, the founder is a fucking genius. He's found out how to raise carnosine levels, how to raise the peptide levels for the X39. It's genius, and each patch does something different. But as soon as you put them on, you know it's the real deal, and you'll feel so much more different. And it's mad, crazy, powerful, and it takes a while. Even took me a while to really, and even now I'm still mind fucked with how powerful it is and not understanding what he's done here. So it takes a while people to understand. Just know that your experience will teach you the truth of these things. So you might disbelieve, or you might not be quite there yet, but if you try it, that'll be your teacher. You'll become a fan like us, and then you'll be wanting to help your friends and family and sign people up. And maybe if we get time at the end, we can talk a little bit about compensation plans and how amazing that is. So yeah, pass on to someone else.
Also, I know we have a few guys here. This is a good one for you. One of the earliest indicators of heart disease is erectile dysfunction, and it's from nitrous oxide not being, levels not being high enough. So glutathione, elevating your glutathione levels will actually help improve the erectile dysfunction, which is amazing. It's like, to think that it could be that simple to just elevate your glutathione levels and you have a better sex life. That's huge for a lot of people, because that's a big problem for a lot of men.
Indeed. And I mean, low glutathione levels have been linked to so many things. It's kind of crazy. Even more recently, there's a paper that was found that the group of people that are at the highest risk of death from COVID-19, which if you know, is something that's been quite present in the last few months for most people. Like it is actually the group that is the highest risk of death from COVID-19 are the people who have low glutathione levels. That's like the main indicator of like someone who's at risk is testing the glutathione levels, and if they're below a certain margin, that's when it's like, okay, we need to put that person like with heavy care and heavy attention. So and then you come across the Lifewave patches, which most people don't know about, but can actually raise the glutathione levels by 300%. Think about the implications of that. Like, it's huge.
It is. Right. Everyone gets a heart attack or any kind of problem, stroke, and you see on the streets, just give them a patch and they will probably save their lives. That's kind of a joke. It's kind of true. Right. You save someone's life.
And it's funny because I met a girl yesterday who was in pretty bad shape. She had chronic fatigue and she can barely function. And I gave her a glutathione patch. And today she calls me up and she says, wow, I feel so amazing. I have so much energy. So she used the stem cell patch and the glutathione patch. Well, the stem cell patch raises glutathione levels 30%, while the glutathione raises it 300% above baseline. So just one use, just one patch, already she's having a massive difference in her life and massive change and massive transformation. And these things are massively transformative. And I mean, they gave me my life back, and I see other people with similar results who, couldn't function, and all of a sudden, you raise their antioxidant levels and get their body working properly, and they're doing so much better now. And another important thing with glutathione is that it protects your hearing. So hearing loss is linked to low glutathione levels. So it protects the cochlear and also protects organs. So it's just one of the most important things you can do for your body is to keep your glutathione levels elevated.
Yeah, I'd agree. I heard about the pilot studies. Pilots go deaf because they have low glutathione. So you boost your glutathione up and you literally and especially if you go clubbing a lot in these loud clubs, Friday, Saturday nights, as we've all done in the past, we all have these damaged hearings, we get older. So yeah, I agree. It's really super important.
And that's funny because also a lack of sleep depletes glutathione. So the pilots who don't sleep very much, they're just lowering their glutathione levels. The people who go out very often, who drink very often, you are depleted in glutathione. So you start to raise those levels and you start to feel better. You start to have more energy and more endurance and stamina, and you just feel better all around.
If I remember correctly, also ear ringing is something that's associated to low glutathione levels.
Yes.
So that's something else that a lot of people have, that just increasing the levels of glutathione would help deal with that. And honestly, I mean, I don't know if you've ever had ear ringing, or like if it lasts for like a day or two. It's like one of the most annoying thing in the entire universe. Like it's really so the quality of life of someone with ear ringing, it's affected negatively by quite a lot, and to have a patch that could actually like well, allow the body to really deal with this is a game changer for a lot of people. So there's so many good things that are associated to do. So having better glutathione level, like basically everything in the body that gets better with an increase of glutathione levels, because it's like oil for the system. Like it's really like allows everything to be more fluid inside, because it prevents us from rusting from inside. So
right, and
Harry,
it,
sorry.
go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, Harry, I think you put a post up during the week about glutathione and allergies.
Yes.
Yeah. And I think I ate something, whether it was rice or there was something in the curry, and it kind of kicked something off. And I'm so sensitive now that I'll just my eyes started itching and nose got stuffy. So then I put the glutathione, I can't remember what the spot is called, but in the back.
Kidney 23 under the top of the adrenals.
Yes. So I put 2 there, and within a few minutes it just cleared up. My nose was still a bit runny because it was going through that, but the itchy eyes and the irritability cleared up within a few minutes.
Wow, that's really interesting. Yeah.
Really good opportunity to test that one out. Yeah. Definitely, because you said it's connected to the adrenals, with allergies are connected to the adrenals.
Yeah, that's what I read, and people, I saw other testimonials, so I thought, yeah, that makes sense. And I think it was Karen Khan gave us that information. Was it Joyce? I think it was Karen Khan actually.
Right.
I saw it. Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's a good
right. And
allergies.
But for that particular thing, you put 2 on the kidney points.
Yeah.
Adrenal. It's right above the adrenals, which are on top of the kidneys, right? Kidney 23 on both. Yeah. Yeah. Well, wait. You put both of them, Yasmin, or just one? Did you say?
I put both of them.
Both of them on. Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's super interesting.
Gave me the adrenals boost, and I left it there for 24 hours. So.
Yeah. Definitely. Super interesting. Can we hear from Tammy about her? Share a little bit of story of the patches and what they've done for her.
You're still muted. There you go.
Well, I was diagnosed with mesenteric paniculitis a few months ago, and I was in severe pain, and I'd already been taking pain medication for some arthritis in my spine, and the pain medication wasn't helping. I was at the point of where I just wanted to blow my brains out because I was in so much pain. But I contacted Carrie Ann because of the patches and ordered the X39, and within the first day I got 50% pain-free. About after 4 days I was pretty much 90% pain-free. So then I ordered the detox protocol and went on that for a week and pulled myself completely off the morphine. So I was taking 3 30-milligram morphines a day for the pain. Other than that, I'm a pretty healthy person. I've got a lot of things to work on as far as some damage from a surgery from years ago, but other than that, I do really good. And the patches are just, I mean, they're changing my life. They're giving me my life back.
I say the same thing.
Yeah.
They are so powerful, it's unreal. And what I love about them, we play at any level. So if you're seriously sick, they'll save your life and then transform your health slowly. If you're, I don't consider myself, because I've been in holistic health for a long time, but what it did for me is just I stopped breathing. But I'm like just done a deep meditation by putting on a patch for like a couple of seconds. It's like, well, I put a couple on a time, but they are so powerful. It's still mind fucks me. Like I really don't. I'm in shock like every time. I can never get bored of it. I think it's just one of those things. I can hear everyone's testimony. I've heard your testimony, Tammy, every single, like so many weeks now. I'm like, oh, I'm never bored. Like, why is this not boring? It's just transformational. It's crazy.
Yeah. And here's too how important glutathione is. That there is over 90,000 studies done and published on how important it is in the role it plays in practically every single chronic disease that you could think of. They found low depleted glutathione levels, and then when they started elevating them, including in AIDS, they found that it improved the overall immunological function. So for something to help even AIDS, we're not saying anything cures anything, but for something to improve the symptoms of AIDS is just insane that there's something out there that can help your body fight off these viruses in such a massive way.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, go on.
Yeah, I was just going to check. I've just received some more patches today, so I can start the 5-day detox protocol. So hopefully, I'm hoping that we'll all family will do it together. So I think I read somewhere that you do it for 5 days, and you can continue it maybe if you take a day off in between until you kind of feel a bit of the shift. But you can also add, was it is it X39? I'm thinking maybe not glutathione.
SP6 is added on to detox protocol. That SP6 is the one that's added on, isn't it? So you've got all the other standard, and the SP6 you add on, right? You've got the Aeon carnitine. Yeah.
SP6 is added on for if you want to lose weight. So that's part of the weight loss protocol.
Is that a particular patch then? I can't.
Yeah, it's
I
didn't get that one.
Yeah, it is.
The SP6 patch increases the function of a lot of your organs and your hypothalamus also. It's an appetite suppressant, and it helps with cravings. So people who are trying to lose weight use the SP6 patch along with energy enhancer, and it really helps with weight loss to speed up the process.
So does energy enhancer, I heard. It's not even, there's so many multiple things that we think it's just one thing for one patch, but actually they all cross over because that's how medicine works. Like,
Yeah, and the energy enhancer, actually within 20 minutes, it raises the fat burning of your cells 23%.
Yeah, that's proven. I've heard that too in the clinical studies that we've got. And by the way, guys watching this, if you're interested and you've been piqued or you're just curious, there's clinical studies on this. We covered this last week, 80 clinical studies to date on Aeon, on energy enhancer, as Carrie said, on all of the patches to show Aeon reduces inflammation within 10 minutes of putting it on. And Louis said earlier, glutathione, 293% on average. I mean, these are not things that we're like just picking out the air and cherry picking. We're actually, they've done the studies to show that they are so powerful, and they are.
Yeah.
Can we So can we leave the patches for the detox on longer than 12 hours or not? Because I know in some cases it says.
Great question.
You
can, can't you? I feel like you can leave it on to 24 hours. Here's something that I want to tell people. I know maybe I won't. My opinion on this, that you have to take a break from them for 12 hours. Like, this is what David Schwimmer recommends, because imagine these are laser therapy, right? It's laser acupuncture. These are laser lights. It's your own body sunlight. We aren't designed to be in the sun 24 hours a day, right? With sunlight, we're designed as yin yang for rest and darkness, 12-hour period. But if you're putting the patches on 24/7, in my opinion, correct. I don't know. I need to talk to people like David Jumper and maybe David Schwimmer himself, because I'm not sure. I just feel like you need that 12-hour break because you're supposed to be in darkness to allow your body to recuperate before you put on a powerful laser light that these are. So that's my opinion on that. So you can do 24, what I'm saying is you can do 24 hours, 12 hours off, 24 hours if you want to, or just 12 hours off on, or 24 hours on off. In my opinion, that's what I'll be doing. But if anyone wants to do different, I'm not judging. It's just what I'm finding is half of me, and I'm going to go deeper in it. So I'm going to know in a couple of months, because I'm going to try both. I'm going to know whether I'm saying is true. So I'm going to try every single way to do it wrong and right and figure out what I'm saying is true. So I might be wrong. I'm just putting it out there, like that 12-hour breaks.
That's great. Yeah, what I would recommend for the specific protocols, if you're doing like the gut protocol or the detox protocol, actually just follow whatever is instructed in that particular protocol. And then for me personally, I use the X39 during the day. So I just use it during the day and take it off at night. And for like the glutathione, the carnitine, and the Aeon, I use 2 to 3 patches a week. And that's enough to keep my levels up and keep me feeling amazing. So
is
you
that
just kind of play around with it.
Sorry. Is that X39 during the day because it gives you energy? Is that?
Yes. Yeah, it was keeping me up at night because I did try it at night and I had to take it off. So
sitting there watching movies at 2 o'clock in the morning. Okay.
Once you got the chance, Dawn, you're on. If you want to speak a little bit about your experience with the patches, I'd love to hear you. If not, that's okay. And anyone that wants to speak on their experiences or any questions, we can open up.
Yeah, I'll speak. Well, can everybody hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, so far I've tried the X39, the carnosine, the glutathione, and the Aeon, and up to now I can definitely say they give me more energy. They've made me feel a lot calmer. But like kind of like a inner happiness. You know, when you just feel just really chilled out and just happy. Because I wasn't wearing patches for anything in particular at the moment. I was just trying them out, mainly stress levels really, and I can definitely say that my stress levels have gone right down. So up to now, really, really good. But Madison's been using them. Obviously, she's got lots and lots and lots of stuff going on. Some of the symptoms are very similar to Carrie Ann's, and they're really helping her at the minute. But at the moment, she's got a wisdom tooth coming through right down at the bottom, and she's in absolute agony. So, you know, until that's come through.
I've heard quickly that you can patch around the jaws if there's jaw problems. So I'm guessing the same applies to teeth, maybe. Maybe try putting one of the patches, A on inflammation, I'm thinking, off the top of my head, X-ray.
Yeah, I think she did try putting a patch on it, but we haven't got any of the Icewave on. Got an Icewave on that might be okay, but she's just upstairs resting at the minute.
Right. The Icewave would be the one that could help her the most with that. I actually got a tooth extracted, and it was like literally pain-free. Like the shot didn't hurt, like nothing hurt. And I used Eon and Icewave on it for the procedure. And then a friend of mine got the same procedure done, and she used the patches, and she was also like pain-free. So
that's good.
they definitely are. The Icewave is just amazing for pain relief.
Right. Well, she's got a wisdom tooth coming through right on the bottom jaw, obviously right at the back, and because it's trying to push through, that's what's causing the pain. So I'll tell her to put an Aeon patch on it.
Yeah, Aeon for inflammation, definitely.
Yeah, I'm really, really enjoying the patches, and I'm going to try my mum on an X39. Now, my mum, this is what I wanted to ask. She's got COPD, and she had a fall a couple of years ago, and she really damaged her back. So not only is she in agony, but she's also got the breathing problem. So the X39 patch has actually only turned up the other day. So, and my mum's not gonna do anything to change her diet or improve her lifestyle, but if I can just help with the pain somehow, you know, it's worth using the patches for her, isn't it? So would you use an X39 and Glutathione?
You could use a X39 and an Eon, because the Eon is an anti-inflammatory patch, as well as being like a calming patch. It's also an anti-inflammatory.
Happy patch, they call it, isn't it? Happy patch.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like that literally what you said, Dawn, earlier about it making you more chill. It's like it gives you a superpower, super force around you. So now it's like when you meditated for a long time, right? Afterwards, you're like, oh, no one can affect me anymore. It's not like you escaped duality. You're still in duality, but now someone that used to trigger you doesn't trigger anymore because you're at the higher level of frequency because you're using a patch on your head or whatever part of your body. And it's literally, you feel so much more like I can take life from just a little patch. It's still, again, like I said earlier, it's just a little mind fuck, just a little thing you stick on. It's like, oh, I'm Superman.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose I can be quite a stressy person, but I've got a busy lifestyle. I work full time, and then I've got my 13-year-old, and she's not easy. And then obviously Madison at home, and she's got all her problems as well. And then I've got a husband as well, and you know, I'm trying to stay on this healthy lifestyle, but having to put a meal on the table every night for, you know, my husband's a big meat eater, so he's never going to change. And sometimes it's just quite stressful. Do you know what I mean? It's So the patches are definitely helping me with the
because you're trying to you want to take care of yourself, and in the end, that's the most important thing, isn't it, really? So you can then take care of the rest of the family.
That's right. Yeah, that's correct. Yeah.
Maybe even
I
get your
also noticed. I also noticed that when I started patching, my ability to handle the stress around me went really high. Like I was able to handle things that used to make me just like, I can't deal with this. Like I was able to deal with stuff much better than I could before.
It's so true. Your highest vibration lies in, there's a lot of things. I mean, David's here, we know HDR and other things too, that like give you a force field, and you're in therapy, but this one definitely does. And yeah, you people really should do this. I also want to give an opportunity for other people because we know we're time constrained too. So Christina, if you want to talk, Alec, we don't want to keep you on us too long going. Christina, if you can talk a little bit about your experience with the patches, if you want to, then.
Yeah. I was actually going to ask you guys some questions because like Carrie Ann's privately told me I'm an onion and I have all these layers. So I did 5 rounds of the 5 element. During that time frame, had a lot of gains like better energy, better stamina, lost inches, when I wasn't even trying to. So those were some of the gains. But then after that, I started blind patching. And I don't think that was the smartest. So I'm trying to reel myself back in with a plan. So what do you guys think about this? I'm going to get my picture this week, Tammy. So I'm going to get pictures of the eyes, have Tammy do the reading, and then maybe be more purposeful. Do you think that's a good idea? Just to get an idea, maybe where to target specifically so that I'm just not flopping around.
Yeah, I like the idea of experimenting a lot. I think there's a lot of that needs to be experimented with these things for the sake of other people so that we can give them the best advice. And like you did last week, you told us about the carnosine. Like none of the patches gave you the detoxification and red rashes that the carnosine did. I found that really interesting. Like they all do different things, and yet we've also said they do the same thing. So we do need people like yourself to experiment and find out what the hell's going on. Do they improve? How quickly? What's the best one? And yeah, I'm down for your information to share with us.
Yeah, so I think I'm just going to try to reel back in. I know I'm pretty toxic for mold, so I know I'm not going to, Carrie Ann, I love like your testimony, and I hope to quickly like find some good gains and keep progressing and moving forward. Like you said, I just think I need to stop blind patching, and I think I just need to be more purposeful. And once Tammy tells me where I need to target, then I'm going to put patches and target the organs or, whatever she's seeing in the eyes, I think that's my next plan.
If you do know what your weaknesses are, you can get a quicker result. It's like not having a map to where you're going. You don't know where you're going. You're just like, randomly, I'm going down the road. But if you know what your body's deficiencies are, there is a patch for that. So you can figure out which patch is going to work better for you than another patch, because not all of them, you don't need every single patch. Not everybody needs every single patch.
And it's so true. I kind of break the mold a little bit because I've got really toxic legs, and I put glutathione under my belly, but I'm really good at enemas. I'm good at the top, so my top half's quite strong, my brain too. It's just I'm weak at the legs. Every time I put glutathione on my ankles, I get this like detox reaction, and I'm in the health game for a while, and it kind of shocks me how much weaknesses I do have in the wrong places to what other people have. So yeah, blind patching is cool. I put it at the beginning when Carrie sent me samples in the wrong places and just anywhere, and it's worked. But yeah, if you target specific meridians, that's why I love it so much. You can geek out on the meridians of the body because everything's connected, right? And we all have different weaknesses and toxic places. So your toxic place might not be my toxic place, and we've got to try and find it. And when you experience a detox, you're like, oh shit, I'm getting some minor reaction. Okay, this is a weak point. Now I can try and work on that area. And you can build it up. You can literally build your health up with these patches with the protocols that other people tell you in your own experimentation. So yeah, definitely.
Right. And also too, like if you're relatively healthy already, it doesn't really matter where you put the X39. It's going to have a result and it's going to help you. But if you are like chronically ill and you're trying to heal something in particular, it is better to patch for what exactly your issue is.
That's something I wanted to ask, just getting clear on what, how to know which ones to get. I want to get some for myself and some for my mum, and my mum's got particular symptoms, and I, like David was saying, I'm on similar protocols to David and Harry with the urine therapy and the eating raw, and I just want to get up my system, but my mum's got particular symptoms like dealing with inflammation and back pain and knee pain. And so how do I find this? I mean, are these the places where I find that out, and also where she would put the patches? That's kind of what's stopping me from diving fully.
So anything that you have an issue with, if you type in your symptoms, say back pain or knee pain or leg or whatever it is, you can type it in the Lifewave team learning group, and it'll bring up other people's results and testimonials of what patch they use, along with protocols. So you can kind of like navigate it yourself.
You can. It's in the search at the bottom. It's in the search. You go in the group and the search at the bottom left-hand corner. Type in the search. You can in the group and type in your.
This is the Facebook group.
In the Facebook Lifewave Team Learning that I think everyone here is part of. Like Carson, if you hope you've added, everyone's added people to the Lifewave Team Learning group where we learn a lot.
It's an amazing resource to be able to help yourself. It's truly.
Yeah.
Great, and it's wonderful to hear your testimonials. It's really, really helping. It's great. I've had I'm painting while I listen, but it's just really, really valuable to hear you all. Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah, no worries. We definitely, there's for pain, we talked about Icewave, X39, Glutathione, Carnosine, but especially X39, Aeon, and Icewave. The pains would be free that you'd really go heavy with and buy them more.
And the weight loss as well for her.
There we go. SB6 too, add on SB6. It's like all of them really. The ones though, I haven't heard people either. I've not heard many people talk about sleepy nights. I'm not saying they're not good. And Alvida, people say is good, and I've got Alvida, but everyone doesn't talk about sleepy nights or Nirvana. So those ones I've not heard.
Oh, I can talk about Silent Night. Silent Night
yes, please do. Yeah.
It is my jam. I mean, here I am like focusing on my toxicity, but Silent Nights on my third eye, and I've tried that point. Like Silent Nights gives you quite a few options of different points, and I tried all the different points because I wanted to see. So the third eye is like, I get the best sleep. But then people were like, well, add Nirvana. Well, I've been doing Nirvana and I'm not getting the same results. But I just feel like for my body, Silent Nights is it. Like I will forever have that. I'm actually out of it and need to order it. So I highly recommend it. But it's almost like essential oils where body types are different. Your body might need Nirvana, where mine's going to need Silent Nights. I have a friend of mine using Aeon for sleep for her kid. So, I mean, it's really about playing around with it.
Right.
What does Silent Nights do? Does it increase melatonin levels, Silent Nights?
It increases melatonin. Yeah, it increases melatonin levels. And also it prevents the cytokine storm that everybody's talking about.
Huh.
So it is a very, once you learn what all these patches do, you're like, I just need them all. You know?
Yeah.
But
it's like a game.
You gotta play around with it.
Carson was telling me earlier, like literally, they're so colorful too. You've got these colors and like different packages. You're like, oh, I want to. And I saw Christina, your photo where you had like all of them in like a medicinal, like a lined up there. I'm gonna use this one today. Use this one. Like it's a fun game.
So what I did was I got like little containers. Like so now I have my patches, and both my boys have their own patches because I'm starting their protocols. But on a positive note, I don't want to deter people like I'm not getting results from toxicity. It was kind of cool. I think I got a mold hit the other night. It was either a mold hit or my body was detoxing, and I used Aeon and ice waves on the bottom of my feet and put Silent Nights on my third eye, and I was pain-free and calm and was able to sleep really good that night. So it was pretty cool.
Yeah, and also too, X39 increases GABA in the brain. So that will increase your level of sleep just by itself. If you have sleep issues, that's one of the main things people report back is I'm sleeping better. And I've heard a lot of people like their initial response was, I just feel blissful and energy. And so that's a lot of people get that.
Isn't GABA linked in with type 1 diabetes too? So X39 for type 1 diabetes, which is apparently incurable.
Yeah.
Super interesting. So I know someone on my Facebook that's like, I'm trying to get her involved with it, type 1 diabetes. She just doesn't want to believe that the patch can do this. It really does amazing things. Like people don't want to believe.
If you look up carnosine and what it can do in diabetes, it's actually being used currently to regulate blood sugar in a lot of diabetics. So it also helps like, with Alzheimer's and preventing cognitive decline. And it actually helps reduce the symptoms of autism. So it reduces the symptoms of that, which is amazing.
Autism and Alzheimer's for carnosine, definitely. I've heard them.
And that's the thing, like there's so many things that we could talk about with the patches because pretty much every single thing under the sun can be helped using a different combination of the patches. Unique to everyone. I just want to open maybe one last question if someone wants to add something.
I'm thinking Carson, Monica, Janet, and Nicole. Anyone? Yeah.
Unmute and ask, and if not, then we will be closing the discussion for today.
I'm sure Carson wants to say something. He's excited about getting the bronze. Like, he's on the bronze, man. He's on the Aeon, I think, and something else. Can't remember which one. Yeah.
I don't think he's there though right now.
He's off.
Well, it's fine. So ultimately, I mean, if you do have a question, or maybe like shy of talking right now, that's okay. Just make sure you reach out the person who invited you to this Zoom meeting, and because like we're here to help. So this is what we do, right? Because ultimately, this is all about bringing people back to a state of optimal health, and I mean that's the goal to everyone. So my goal is Harry's goal, definitely Harry also. So and also like one of my dream is to live in a world that disease is a thing of the past, and I really feel like this technology, the Lifewave, and some of the things that we talk about sometimes also, they're all there to help us achieve this goal, help us really get back to a state where we can actually all be healthy. Okay, this is definitely possible. I've had visions of a world that was disease free, and I can tell you that it's gonna be freaking amazing. So thank you all for being here.
Can I jump on real quick?
Yeah.
Can I do a real quick testimonial? I'm Monica, and I have had tinnitus, or however you want to pronounce it, ringing in the ears for at least 5 years. And I noticed somebody had mentioned glutathione was good for that. And I noticed like the other week, the ringing wasn't as severe. And then I started taking the glutathione for like 3 or 4 days, I think, maybe longer. I didn't take it, I didn't use the patch. And over the weekend, I was like, oh my goodness, the ringing in my ear just come back really loud again. And then I decided to put the glutathione on yesterday and today. Today I've got it on my ankle, on the kidney meridian. But it was funny when somebody mentioned earlier on the call about the glutathione being good for the ringing in the ear. That's when I suddenly noticed again, oh, I've hardly even got that ringing.
That's amazing. So you didn't even do it on purpose, Monica. You didn't do it on purpose.
I didn't do it on purpose. No.
Okay.
And literally over the weekend, I was like, ow, it's gotten loud again. But what I found out about that tinnitus, it's not just the ear that it's affecting. From that vibration, it's affecting your whole brain because it's pulsating across your brain. So people think it's just affecting the ear. It's actually not. It's affecting your whole brain from the vibrations. So totally didn't even do it on purpose. So
that's amazing. And one good place I've heard, maybe correct me if I'm wrong, guys, it's behind the ears, the bone behind the ear. Put glutathione behind there. That will really help with the ear tinnitus, Monica. So try that one out too.
I tried it behind the ear the other week, and it didn't do anything. I tried it for a couple of days, and it wasn't as effective. But that again, that could be like somebody else was saying, how everybody's body is different.
Yeah.
And so for me, it works either on the belly button, somewhere on the body, or I've got it on the ankle meridian today, kidney meridian.
Yeah, thanks for sharing.
Everyone has different deficiencies, and you know what energetic centers are, you know, more weak than others. But that's amazing.
That is. Thanks for sharing that, Monica. I would have never have known that. Well, literally, Carrie mentioned that earlier. Like, it's so true. Tinnitus, hearing loss, glutathione. Now you just confirmed. You know, what is true. Like,
yeah, it's amazing. It's great. And then I just want to say, I really appreciate these calls. They keep me kind of in the loop because I get very overwhelmed easily, and then I get very discouraged easily. So having these calls is very helpful for me, and I hope it's helpful.
No worries, but I'd just like to add too that I do feel that you'll be able to make money from this business too. We didn't touch base with this today. Maybe next week we will. But yeah, it's I'm making money from it. Carrie's making money from it. Alex making money from it, and we want everyone to make money from it. So yes, this is amazing technology that we can use for ourselves. But also, I know everyone on my downline and Carrie's down, Alex downline, we're all going to be helping you guys make money from this. So you have our support. It's a very amazing compensation plan. My God, it's one of the most amazing compensation plans ever. Like, it's a joke. Everyone works together. Your downline, upline help you, spillovers. Everyone, there's infinite depth. There's no like, oh, you know, there's only 2 legs, not 20 legs. And, you know, it's just phenomenal. So, Monica, I want to say that you will be making the kind of amounts that I'm making. It might take you a little longer, but you'll get there. And it's a great business. And that's to everyone.
Yeah, I've just got to get over my fear. So, excellent. Well, thank you, everyone.
I have to say, Harry, I'm a little bit confused about that. But so it would be good if we can go over that maybe, you know, in one of the other future sessions.
Yes.
About how to, I don't know where to kind of start, so I haven't.
Do we have time, Alec, quickly to talk about it?
I mean, I could give a quick mentions of some of the different ways, like a very.
Could you please, Alec? Yeah, give us a quick. Yeah.
you have two legs, right? And when you sign up people, you have instantly, the moment someone gets the patches using your link, you get a bonus right away that ranges depending on which package they get. That's the first, like the first earning way if you want. But also after you reach a certain volume in each of the two legs, which we can go into more details like when we have longer time. But once you reach a certain volume, you do something called a cycle, which gives you $50. And this can be done multiple times during a certain pay period, which is a week. And that way you get multiple cycles, multiple $50. And this goes to infinity. So as you sign people up and they sign people up and they sign people up and they sign people up, the volume that you have on each leg basically goes on for forever. And also the people who are above you, the upline, so like Harry, Carrie, me, well, we're always signing people up because I mean we promote the business a lot, and because of this, since there's only two legs, when someone above you signs someone up, like 50% of the time it's going to go under you, okay, depending on where they place it. And so the people above works for the people below and the people below works for the people above. So it's like a symbiosis in a way that everyone benefits from the work of everyone, which is the thing that I really love because it really promotes teamwork. And also the third way of earning money is actually based on the amount that the people below you earn. So if someone is below me and they earn a certain amount, well, 25% of what they earned, I also earn. So that, then again, it's like, it really allows you to help build a team and tell people how they can use this to make money. And as you do, well, if they perform really well, but then you also perform very well. So you obviously want to have people do good with this. And the great thing is that the reason why we don't really talk about it is because the product is just so amazing. So it's like, we're not really like pushing the business that, oh, you're going to make money, like buy your dream house, things like that. Like this is a byproduct of something that is genuinely helping people. So the focus is really on getting people's health back on track and getting to that state of optimal vitality. And as you do so, I mean, if you yourself experience the amazing benefits of the technology, then obviously when someone asks you, what exactly did you do to deal with that pain? Well, I put on these patches. So they're going to be like, well, I too want to put on these patches. And just by doing this, you're doing the business. So it's like, you don't necessarily have to like go and push it onto other people and things like that. But like, we don't really do that. We just tell people, oh, by the way, there's this thing that's been helping us. And I mean, it can help you too. And if people are interested and curious, then they can reach out. And then if they use your link to sign up, well, you start earning an income.
Alex, that's exactly what happened. Like I started 6 weeks ago. Yasmin, you're under me now. Monica's under me. Carson's under me. And to give you an example, Yasmin, of how amazing this structure is, I actually checked yours and Monica's BV, your business volume, which Alex talked about cycling. So I put you on the right leg, which is, here's the teamwork thing. Tammy, I'm not sure if you know her, Yasmin, but she's on my side under my downline. You benefit from Tammy. Tammy's doing amazing and signing loads of people up. She's got 66 people under her. Right, and and Yasmin, your BV is like 4,000 on one leg, and that's through no effort of yours. You've just got an amazingly strong leg now that I put you on, thanks to largely Tammy, also a little bit me, but mainly Tammy. So Tammy's helping you in the business. So now with you, if you add people to the other side, and even if it's just one or two, you're going to cycle. It's going to only one or two people. You're going to get $50, and if you have 3 or 4 people, you're going to keep getting $50 every week, maybe a couple of times a week, and it's team effort. And Monica's the same. Monica's got 4,000 or something again, because I put her on the right leg with Tammy's side. And by the way, people on my other side are getting loads of points because it's like Alex's side is because like it's 32 people I put on the other side, and I'm just putting people all over the place because I'm a builder. Carrie's a builder, Alex a builder, we're all builders. So we're building for you. If you get someone as a sponsor like ourselves, Carson's another one. Carson's come under me, lucky him. Anyone that comes under a builder is super lucky in the business, right? And then it's up to you to get signed other people, but you make a lot of money. Another thing, what Alex said about generation things. So when I cycle, Carrie is my sponsor, makes 25% of. I cycled I got $450 cycling last week, and Carrie got 25% of that doing nothing. She didn't do anything. She's from my hard work. It's like cool. And Alex as well. And for me, I got 25% of Alex. Alex cycled this week, $50. I got 25% of that. I was like, cheers, thanks, Alex. Thank you very much.
Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say. So when you say cycle. Mm-hmm. What do you mean by that? Is that somebody else has brought something in and
It literally means be business volume. So everyone that's buying under your downline gives you business volume, and you need 2-to-1 ratio business volume. You need 660 on one side, 330 on one side. So Yasmin, you got 4,000 on the right side. You can cycle, and you can cycle about 8 times. Once you start building the other leg and get 1 or 2 people under you, you can have 8 times cycles of $50, $400. Not all in once, but that will come. So the cycling comes from business volume. That's why it's a team effort. Everyone on your downline who you don't know, all of Tammy's signups, all of mine I'm putting down your leg, are literally building up your business, so you're making more money from them. It's crazy.
And does that just stay there until you use it? Sorry.
If you keep buying every month, your volume keeps racking up. So there's no reason not to take advantage of that volume and sign one person up on the opposite leg, because you have right now, if you have 4,000 BV, you have $300 built up. So you can use it literally to pay for your patches every month. Even if you don't want to do the business, just take advantage of the fact that you have all this volume just to pay for your patches. If you just want to do that, you can do that.
The business set up, so you have to do some work yourself, because your personal sponsor, as powerful as myself, Carrie, Alec are, will give you one strong leg, but in order to make the money, you need a person at the other side, and you have to build yourself. So you do need to do some work. You can't just rely on us to make money. But if you even just 1 or 2 people that are buying regularly on silver package or whatever, you will cycle. You will get incredible business volume.
Because too, your volume, also your own purchases go as volume towards your side to whatever leg you're building. So if you're building the opposite leg that your upline is building, you can cycle just by doing that.
Yeah.
And also, I just wanted to give a quick metaphor of like the matching bonus, because I think that this is the thing that most people don't realize the potential. The metaphor that I give is like, if you sign up 10 people who sign up 10 people who sign up 10 people, that's, I mean, it's definitely possible. But this right there is 1,000 people. And upon the moment where you reach the level 3 of the matching bonus, you get 20% and 25% of the first 10. So let's just say 20%, okay, just for example purposes, you get 20% of the earnings of 1,000 people. So if all of these people in 1 week just earn $100, okay, you basically in that week earn $20,000. It's just because of what the work of everyone else, not your work.
Right.
So, because ultimately what you did was signing up 10 people. So this is just a way to see it that just makes you like, okay, this is actually very exponential. And that's what it is about.
It's giving people an opportunity to work from home and not be tied down to a 9-to-5 by helping people, get their lives back. It's amazing.
Yeah, literally on my first week I made 100, second week 200. Now my last week I made 1,000, and I'm like, whoa, I've never made that much money in my life. And yes, it's well deserved, but it's still a shock to me that I could make so much money helping people and not doing much, to be honest with you, because other businesses require a lot of your time. This one doesn't. I just got to add people. We just add them into for people who don't know, we just invite them into you create a curiosity post about it that we can give you. You invite them into the group. Joyce has set up a group where we all make money from her hard work, if we're being honest. She set up a group where the testimonials are so true and amazing, and people reach out to you, and if they reach out to her, she gets them to you, and then you've got your own store link. And then one thing I've learned is not to push people. People come at their own time. And guess what? Carrie gave me a good example. Some people you give them a store link, they may be interested, they won't come straight away. A couple of months down the line, they'll come to you. So what I'm trying to say is, it's a business, you've got to be patient, but you will build your money base. You will build your money base. And this company is going big. I'd just like to leave with this comment. The company is going massive. So if you stay in the team and stay active every month, you will build up business volume. And even if you like to sign up one person every couple of months, trust me, you'll be making a lot of money in the future, because like we said, it's infinite depth to the downline. You don't even have to do much work to make that snippet money. I want to make a lot because I want to help people more, but you don't have to do a lot. And it gives my time for what I love to do, which is physical health, and not obsess over business too much. But yeah.
Let me give you a good example. I was going to say, let me give you a good example, because I've done another company. So I did Young Living. I did the business for 4 years. The most I ever made in a month was about 500. But the thing with Young Living is, compared to Lifewave, is that Young Living, you rank and you lose your rank every single month, which means you're building that volume to that rank every month. Like you go from, I have all this, I rank, to 0. I made last month in June, this month, right? It's not July yet. I made $1,200 again. So my first month, right? I made $1,200. And I don't lose the volume, you guys, and we don't lose the rank. I mean, it was so stressful on Young Living. Like, oh my gosh, like I have to like work for this rank every single month. 4 years, and I never made what I made in Lifewave in my first month of sharing in June. And we don't lose that volume. It just rolls over as long as you stay active.
Yeah, and just to
it does not get better than that.
Yeah. No. And just to reiterate, guys, to stay active, people think it's just you have to buy one patch, which costs $50. Incorrect. You need to sell one patch as well. You could even sell it to someone, one patch, and that covers you for active status. So it's basically, it's so easy, as Carrie said, to start paying. It's so easy to start paying for your own patches. And then you start playing the game of, hey, do you know what I'm finding? I'm just loving testimonies from my downline. You guys saying, like Monica did today, saying, hey, these patches have really helped. And I know that in my heart, if it wasn't for myself, it wasn't myself giving her, she wouldn't be in that. If it wasn't for Carrie, I wouldn't be here, and Alec wouldn't be here. Do you see how it works? Like, it's all about helping and changing people's lives. It's not even about the money, but yes, the money does help, and you can make a lot. And actually, what motivated me, if I'm being honest, was Carrie kept posting and messaging me about how much money she was making. I was like, okay.
On that note, everyone, thank you for being here, because I really got to go. And but yeah, so the business aspect is like we said, a byproduct of helping people change their lives and enhance their vitality. So to me, it's like the most wonderful way of making an income, because it's really like you are actually making a difference. And I mean, that's what I'm here to do. So I really enjoy it. So, and yeah, as you can see today with the testimonials and the things we've shared, this technology, the Lifewave, is super amazing. It's really enhancing the functions of our body at a level that is very, very deep. I mean, it's really the future of medicine, in my opinion, energy medicine. This is like one of the pioneer technology in the field of energy medicine. So I'm super excited. Like what we're doing right now, most people don't know about these patches, but when they do and they start to try them out, they're going to see the result of what it can do for them. And that's why like we're doing these meetings here, just to let people know that this actually is a thing and it works and it's amazing. So thank you all for being here. Thank you for being you. And I wish you all to have a wonderful day, a wonderful week. And just enjoy the rest of your day. Bye-bye.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Bye.